Does It Matter Where You Were Born by Caitlin Tarabokia. Here's the structure I'm going to follow during my presentation. I'll start off with the scenario, followed by some analysis questions for you to think about during my presentation. Then go to the disadvantages, talk about advantages, which is my solution, and then I have some synthesis questions along with my references. Can being born in poverty affect your life? This brings us to the problem. How might your location affect your status? So let's meet Bob. Bob is a Caucasian male that grew up in the south of Ottawa, Ontario, in Canada. The South is associated or gives the stigma as lower class, lower income, unemployed, welfare, and/or government. Bob is considered poor because he lives in an apartment building and collects welfare provided by the government. So let's take a look at the analysis questions now. How does where you're born change depending on the situation? Can we control where we are born? Does this impact our life positively or negatively? And how might your location affect your status? So now let's take a look at the problem and the disadvantages. Bob has little room to take risks in his life. Every penny is accounted for and goes towards something he needs. There's very little room to be playful or go after passion and desires should that not make a good return on his investment. Having various resources in the community can make you become dependent on others too much. If you increase the amount of money you make, that could take away the safety net you've received previously. Eating healthy, being active, suffer for the reason you cannot afford a healthy lifestyle. Working many jobs or worrying about how you will pay rent next month adds a lot of stress to Bob. He is more prone to getting sick or suffering mental illness from the unhealthy lifestyle he's created. Now let's take a look at the solution, or the advantages. Various government agencies and social services offer help to those that need assistance. Example, food stamps, money from the government, medical care, etc. Coming from very little allows you to understand the meaning of the dollar. It grounds individuals and encourages you to save for the future. It also makes you want to work hard to have more, earn more, and provide more towards your family. Putting in those extra hours or working more than 1, 2, and sometimes even 3 jobs in order to give your children a life you never had, showing your ability to juggle multiple items. Various communities and friends want to help those in need. Churches, neighbors, families, friends are all wanting to help to get others on their feet. You are capable of going through adversity as you have faced them in your hard times. You know your strengths and how to stretch a dollar. You are creative to find ways to make things work economically. You can go without if you had to. You also know how to cook, clean, fix items that break simply because you can't afford to have someone else do them. You rely on yourself and the ties you have created within your community. So let's take a look at the synthesis questions now. Do any of these items conflict with others? How can you stay true to yourself while navigating the problems? And lastly, how can you make the best of where you were born? And here's my references that I used throughout this entire project. I really hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I hope it answered the question, does it matter where you were born? Thank you.